do the things they wanted to do. And that the power of people, when they decide to lift themselves up, was greater than all the other powers. And we are demonstrating that with this business in all the countries in which we operate. Under an economic system of freedom, people have the right to get in this business or get out of this business. But I have talked to the people who have chosen not to get in this business, and they're mostly complaining about the fact that they don't have the things they'd like to have. And I don't have much patience with that, because they have chosen that position, but that is their right. Or you can choose to step up to the line in this business and find out what you can do. Most all of you will discover you can do things you never thought you could do. You can advance farther than you ever thought you could advance once you put your heart into believing that you can do that. I know, because we did it. And as I look across the front of the hall where there are many people who are doing it, I see their heads nodding. They say, yes, we did it, we did it. And you know, when I watched all those people on the stage, I said, if they can do it, anybody can do it. If Karu can do it, anybody can do it. You don't have to wear outfits like that, though. You have the freedom not to wear things like that. Let's just talk about the second point a moment, and that is family. A family is the basic social structure in our society. Everybody I know has a mother and father. No surprise, is there? So you come from a family, and although some of you are working in this business as a single, many of you are husbands and wives working together. And that's why you will find in every function that we have, it's men and women together. You will find when we have award trips to Hawaii or Dubai or California, it's the husbands and wives that we invite together. We don't just take one or the other. I want to make sure they're getting the message up there. They're a little closer to heaven than we are. So we want to lift you up, even though you're starting at a high level. You can still be in our family. Just to strengthen the family picture of how we think about things as a company. This company is a family-owned company. It's not a public company. It's a private company owned by two families. And that's important to you, because you're not dealing with some loose organization. You're dealing with people who are a part of families that move and drive and lead the business. You met our son Douglas, who is president and who runs this business today, along with my partner's son Steve. So you have family members in the management structure. We are surrounded with many, many other wonderful, qualified people. But we keep those spots for family members. That's just to assure all you young people, and you're all young, that this business is run by young people. The third principle is hope. When Jay and I started, you know, we were just a couple of poor guys, and we wanted to make a living, but we had the hope that we could someday do better. Now, our hope was to have our own business, which we now have. And our dreams are greater, have been exceeded everything we ever imagined ourselves. It's so much bigger and better than we ever thought it would be. And that's what we want for all of you, to enlarge your life. And when you see your hopes come true in this business, you'll not only make some more money, but you will make new friends, and you'll have new associates, and you'll find yourself thinking on a different level. So hope is what we offer. That's not just numbers. That's a lifestyle change of spending your time associated with people who think ahead instead of complaining about what's behind. We're no different than any of you. One day we sat in a meeting like you're sitting in, and we were given hope. And on our way home, we decided to do something about it and get on with it. And that's what's happening to you today. The fourth point deals with rewards. Rewards come in two forms, one financial and one recognition. You want to be rewarded for what you do, but wouldn't it be nice to be in an organization where you were appreciated for what you do also? And that's why the people in this business talk to you about those rewards. They talk to you in terms of bonuses and trips that they have taken. When I was in high school, and I must confess to you, that's as far as I got with my formal education. It was a Christian high school, and a pastor there, a minister who taught Bible, wrote something in my yearbook. My grades were not very good, and somebody told me I wasn't college material anyway, but he wrote in my yearbook a very important phrase. He said, to a clean-cut young man with talents for leadership in God's kingdom. In those days, we didn't discuss leadership much. It was kind of a foreign word, but he planted this seed in my mind that this was something that I could do. 40 years later, we had a class reunion, and I was running the meeting, and I got up to say, 40 years ago, Dr. Greenway, you wrote something in my yearbook. And he said, don't tell me, I'll tell you. I remember what I wrote in your yearbook 40 years ago. And he quoted the line back to me. At first I thought he wrote that in every kid's yearbook. But I discovered he did not. That shows you the importance of words of encouragement that you pass on to other people in their life. And so I pass them on with you as a part of what we are all about, is that you have talents for leadership in God's kingdom that you haven't even discovered yet. And my father taught me one other phrase, and that wraps up all the things I've said about freedom, family, hope, and reward. And his line was, and I share that with you also, that despite all the doubts and questions, the people who brought you here can answer them. Remember, God gave you talents, and you can do it. That's the line my father gave me. Go home from this place believing in yourself, in your God-given talents, and the things you're able to do instead of all the things you think you can't do. You can do it, and I thank you.
家に帰る道すがら、どうぞご自身でこの言葉を自分の中で繰り返してください。神から与えられたこの能力を信じて、そしてできないことを考えず、できることを考えて家に帰ってください。You can do it.
Thank you, everybody.
皆さんありがとうございます。